Welcome back, Alaska. Michael Ives here filling in for Joe Cook, who's down at the Alaska Prep Basketball State Championships in Anchorage. He has some highlights from the newly crowned 1A and 2A champs. But we start with big news for a pair of star Nanook hockey players. The 2013-2014 UAF hockey team saw both offensive senior captains climb above the career 100-point mark as Nanooks. As of this morning, both will now have a chance to keep on scoring at the professional level. Cody Kunik finished as the WCHA Player of the Year with 43 points in 37 games played. Kunik was signed today to a two-way contract by the NHL's Tampa Bay Lightning, and he will report directly to the NHL team. Tampa Bay reportedly liked the skating ability and hockey IQ of the 23-year-old Kunik. He will be joined in the pros by fellow captain Colton Beck. The St. John's Ice Caps, an AHL team, an affiliate of the NHL's Winnipeg Jets, has signed Beck to an amateur tryout contract. Beck will meet up with the team today and hopes to get into the lineup for this weekend. Congrats, gentlemen. Now from hockey to hoops, as Joe Cook has been taking it all in from the Sullivan Arena in Anchorage at the ASAA State Championships. Last night was the 1A and 2A boys and girls title games. Here's Joe with more.
We start with the 1A Girls Championship game, New Halen Malamutes and Shishmaref Northern Lights. We take you to the final minutes of this title game as Northern Lights erased a 12-point second quarter deficit, and this three banked in from Denise Fernandez gave Northern Lights their first lead since the first quarter, 53-51. New Halen got in transition against the Northern Lights press and response and got big second chance points, 16 of them. Kelsey Wassily led four Malamutes in double figures with 21 points, 8 boards, and 5 steals. After another late rally, Northern Lights was at the line to force overtime, but missed one of 2 free throws, and New Halen will hold on for a 61-60 win over Shishmaref for their second state title in 3 years. In the 1A boys final, the defending champion Klawock Chieftains faced the Tucksuit Bay Islanders in their first state final appearance. The Chieftains showed what experience and size can do. Matthew Pitka and Brian Nikolai tried to keep the Islanders within reach, combining for 27 points, but they were just overwhelmed. Morgan went all out with 20 points, 16 rebounds, 5 steals, and 4 assists as Klawock led 29-15 at the half. Matthew Peters also had a double-double with 14 and 11. The Klawock Chieftains repeat as 1A boys champions with a 55-43 victory over Tucksuit. The Dillingham Wolverines and Unalakleet Wolfpack met in the girls 2A final game. This was a defensive purist kind of game. Janisha Wilson kept Unalakleet close with her game-high 13 points, but Dillingham finally got their offense going in the fourth. Tierra Schrader scored 8 points, but Drew Carlos got a huge putback for Dillingham with less than 4 minutes left in the game after a missed free throw, giving Dillingham a 26-21 lead, and that would actually ice this game. Carlos had 8 points and 6 rebounds for the Wolverines. Dillingham will go on to win 30-21 of Unalakleet, avenging last year's state title game loss.
Last year was really hard on us. We came back after like 15 points and we just didn't pull through. This year it feels so much better after having these tears of joy instead of sadness. It feels good.
And finally, in the 2A boys final, the Glen Allen Panthers and Dillingham Wolverines. And it was a tour de force for the Panthers, who made history. Dylan Wassily gave Dillingham a 3-2 lead with his tray ball. He had a game-high 15, but that would be the Wolverines' last lead. The Panthers went on a 7-2 run and never looked back. They dictated the pace of the game and were balanced. Senior guard forward Aaron Miller had 14 and 10 on 6 of 8 shooting. Cameron Peters and William Enders both had 12 points. Glen Allen wins emphatically 59-39 over Dillingham. The Panthers win their first ever state title in boys basketball and their first appearance in the 2A championship game.
No, it's just like, this is what I worked for 4 years, and I finally got it. And it's just the best. I mean, I just like to thank God for that. I mean, he did it, I guess.
The Arctic Winter Games roll on with today being day 5 of action already. And it was another busy day full of events across town. Here is some action from the ice as the figure skaters take center ice at the Carlson Center. Today was the team event with individual skates already in the books. Yamal's Ekaterina Kokonovich took the gold ulu in the women's juniors class. Nice prize for the 10-year-old. Alaska's Grace Lee took the ladies' combined gold ulu with an overall score of 85.80. The speed skaters were also doing work today, ripping around the ice oval at the Carlson. As we approach the final 2 days of events, the medal or ulu count favors Alaska. The local athletes have gathered 108 ulus and lead second place Yamal by 21 total medals. Alaska also holds a lead in golds, winning 32 to this point. For schedules and results, you can go to arcticwintergames.org. Also, one quick correction from yesterday's sportscast. The number of teams for this year's Arctic Man snow machine race is now at 66 teams, so it should be quite an event. And that's all the time we have for sports today. Be back here tomorrow for updates on West Valley, Lathrop, and Monroe hoops from the state championships down in Anchorage. And try to get out in this nice weather and catch an Arctic Winter Games event. The chance is quickly fading. As always, for more KTVF sports, log on to Twitter, YouTube, webcenter11.com, or download our mobile app. Keep on keeping on, Alaska. Stay tuned for Mike Schultz and your full weather forecast coming up next.